Okay, welcome everyone to our December meeting of the Medical Marijuana Testing Advisory Council. Hopefully everyone can hear me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, you're good.
Thank you. Okay, so hopefully all of you can see the agenda on the screen, and also let's look at some of the materials that were sent out, specifically the final December 2022 report, or I shouldn't say final, I should say draft report, because we're going to be discussing that today. But start off, thanks again for taking the time to join today. We're going to start off with our quick roll call so we can have a confirmation that we have a quorum. So if you could unmute when I call your name and let me know if you're present. I'll start with Ryan Hurley.
Present.
Thank you. Go to Ryan Treacy.
I'm present. Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. We go to Steve Cottrell.
Good afternoon. I am here. Thank you.
Thank you. Murray Stein.
Here.
Thank you, Murray. Matt Lascala. One more call for Matt Lascala. Okay, we don't have Matt. Andrew Provencio. One more call for Andrew. No, we don't have Andrew. Tabitha Hauer. One more call
Present.
for
I'm here.
Thanks, Tabitha. Hope Jones.
Hi, guys. I'm here.
Thank you, Hope. Joe DeMenna.
Present.
Thanks, Joe. Jay Neary.
Present.
Thank you, Jay. Vince Figarelli.
Present.
Thanks, Vince. Zhongjua Xiong.
Here.
Thank you. Maxwell Lung.
Here.
Alvin Altamirano.
I'm here.
Thank you, Alvin.
Mhm.
And finally, Ty Garber. We'll call Ty Garber one more time. Okay, we don't have Ty, so we do have a quorum. So we're able to go ahead and proceed. Again, thank you all for joining. Just quick reminder of open meeting laws that we may only discuss what's on the agenda. And if you'd like to add something to the next meeting agenda, you'll have an opportunity to do that. And again, a reminder that the council must stay within the bounds of its statutory authority. And finally, just a reminder of the council's charge, which is the Medical Marijuana Testing Advisory Council shall annually review the marijuana testing program and submit a report by the second Monday in January that includes recommending analytes to be removed from the required statutory testing panel. It also includes de-identified information about testing related deficiencies cited against licensed marijuana facilities. And finally, any other recommendations on improving the testing program. And so with that, we'll roll right into our first agenda item, which is the review of the Medical Marijuana Testing Advisory Council report. Hopefully everyone had an opportunity to review that prior to this meeting, because we'll really be asking you for any of your comments on what has been put in the draft document. And we're just pulling that up at the minute, so that should be on your screen also.
This is Andrew Provencio. I am here.
Okay, we have you. That's great. Thank you, Andrew. We've got you marked as present. Okay, so hopefully everyone can see the draft report. They've had a chance to take a look at it. Ryan, I see you've got a question.
Initially I was just going to say that Andrew is here, but I guess I would appreciate some direction from you guys as to how this meeting will proceed, and if we can make recommended changes to the verbiage of the report, or is this simply a yay or nay type of situation.
now. And then at the end of the meeting, what we'll be looking for is a recommendation to accept the report that it is accurate for what has happened the past year in the advisory council, and also that you give us permission to update the citations and enforcements listed in both the lab and dispensary and establishment side so that we can have the full year's worth when we send the report in January.
I'm sorry, Megan, you cut out at the very first part of that. I got the gist of it the second half, but.
Okay, so as we discussed the last meeting and what's on the agenda, there's no new business during this meeting. We're really here to finalize the report. So the feedback that we're requesting at this time and what's on the agenda is to make sure that everything captured in the report is accurate as to what has happened in the council so far this year. So if there are any typos or we didn't get the wording just right on any of the recommendations that were approved, that's what we're looking for, is any feedback on those types of things.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think we can move through the report to let's see, if we go to page 4, I believe, is where the council recommendations, section 2. Did everyone want to just take a look at this and move through it? Or is there anything specific anyone would like to discuss that they've noticed about the report?
Yes, this is Ryan Treacy. As I went through it, I was seeing, I believe there's still a placeholder for 100 pounds on batches. And I may be incorrect here. If I am, please correct me here. But I didn't see anything mentioned in there where it discussed the different strains to make sure that we don't have anybody testing like 20, 30 strains and claiming it as one batch, and that those strains are kind of partitioned out so that all products are getting tested as intended. I didn't see any verbiage with that. So that was just something I wanted to mention and ask about, please.
So the batch definition that did pass as a recommendation, if you look at that down there, part of that was that it says medical marijuana that is uniform in strain. That is the recommendation that passed with the council's approval.
My apologies. I did not see that at all. So thank you for clarifying that. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Anyone else have any other specific comments that they've noticed when they've reviewed the document?
I went back and it does appear that this is consistent with the motion that was passed at the last meeting, but I do continue to have some concerns about the recommendation for a third-party sampling. And I would take some issue with the words "the only way to ensure." I think there are other ways to ensure it, but I went back and that was the language in the motion that was passed. So I don't know that I can do much about that, but just wanted to state that I have concerns with those words. That's all.
Understood. And all of the meeting records are still on the website. So that full discussion and those who voted in favor and against that and everything, there is a record of all of that.
Understood. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ryan. Anyone else? Any other questions or comments on the report? Debate regarding questions or comments on the report? There was a comment there now. I didn't quite get that.
No, sorry. That was just the baby. I was just
I
letting
thought
you
it
know,
was-
for some reason it keeps muting you, Victor. So just make sure before you guys start discussing that you're unmuted.
Okay. Oh, okay, Murray, go ahead, please.
Yeah, I just had a couple questions, but I'm gonna let my compatriot sitting next to me ask the question because it'll be clearer in communication. Juanita?
Yes, we were just curious why the definitions that are in the report do not match the November draft rules.
So that is not a topic that is on our agenda to discuss, but I will just reiterate that the purpose of the advisory council is to make recommendations about testing to the department. Those recommendations may or may not be implemented in rulemaking and things like that. We have to consider lots of things, as we've discussed before, including, for some of these, we have to include whether we have statutory authority for some of those recommendations and things. And we have to look at everything all together, but there will be another draft of rules posted sometime soon, and everyone, as always, has the opportunity to comment on those drafts.
Thank you, Megan.
Megan, just to be clear, in order to make this change in the rules, having a third party come in and collect samples, this would require, this is a legislative change as well. Is that correct?
Steve, I can't answer that in a specific question like that because it's not on the agenda and also may constitute a conversation that we would have to have with legal counsel that we wouldn't be able to do in this meeting.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And at any point, if everyone has decided that the report, there's no factual errors in the report, if anyone would like to make a motion about approving the report again and allowing DHS to update the deficiencies and enforcements to include all of this calendar year, you are welcome to do so.
This is Murray Stein, and I move that we adopt the report.
I second that
This is-
motion, Ryan Tracy.
Yep, thanks, Ryan.
Did anyone want to include in that motion about allowing us to update the citations and enforcements?
Please consider that part of my motion.
And Ryan Tracy, would you also like to second that?
I would like to second that as well.
Thank you. And then I'll let Victor do the roll call.
Okay. We'll run through the roll call to see who approves or objects or who abstains. And so I will start with Ryan Hurley.
Approve.
Thank you. Let's see, Steve Cottrell.
Thank you, I approve.
Okay, thank you, Steve. Matt LaScala.
Oh, he's not there.
Oh, sorry. Andrew Provencio.
I approve.
Thank you. Tabitha Hauer.
I approve.
Thank you. Hope Jones.
Approve.
Thank you. Joe DeMenna.
I vote to approve.
Thank you. Jay Neary.
Approve.
Thank you, Jay. Vince Figuarelli.
Approve.
Thank you, Vince. Zhang Zhuang.
I approve.
Thank you. Maxwell Lung.
Approve.
Alvin Altamirano.
I approved.
Thank you. And I believe that's everyone. Everyone approved. No abstentions or no no's. Thank you, everyone. So that means we have the approval to take forward this report and make the adjustments as needed, as Megan mentioned, and then we will present it to the governor's office by January 3rd, is it?
The third Monday in
Or
January,
third Monday in January, sorry.
or second Monday.
Second.
We will
Monday.
do it according to statute, I
Yes.
promise. And it's the legislature.
Legislator and governors. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, so thank you everyone for your contributions to the council over the past year. We appreciate you serving on the council and hope those of you will be available to continue to serve.
I already know of at least one person who probably intends not to continue on. So we will be reaching out to you in the next couple of months just to confirm who would like to continue on and to make sure everyone's aware of any openings. And also to set up the first meetings for the next year.
Thank you, everyone at DHS and everyone on the panel for all your work. I know we may have some disagreements sometimes, but I think we're all in it for the right reasons. And I just want to say thank you to everybody for their efforts.
Likewise,
Great.
Ryan, thanks for your camaraderie, and everybody is, the challenges that we've all gone through have been only going to help this industry move to the next level. Thank you.
Especially for DHS. You're the best. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I want to say that I'm honored to be part of this group. So thank you.
Thank you, everyone. We appreciate it.
Yes, thank you, everyone. We appreciate you being part of this, and thank you for joining all the meetings and your contributions. And with that, unless there are no other comments, I'd like to end the meeting.
Yep.
And thank you, everyone, and happy holidays. And we look forward to talking to you next year.